Not to be dramatic or anything, but 2021, you were traumatic as hello, I'm back. Some of you may have noticed, some of you may have not noticed, but I have been away for a while now. In the second half of 2021, I took a step back from social media, mainly YouTube. I also had to take down most of my content that I had on YouTube, some of my content that I had on TikTok, and some of my content that I had on Instagram. Then I also had to take a giant step back from social media as a whole. All of this was because of a very specific event that happened. I didn't want to take down my videos. I didn't want to have to take a step back from YouTube, but I ultimately had to. In this video, I'm going to explain why. However, before I do that, I want to talk about social media as a whole and why I put myself out on the internet in the way I do. Why I am so open online about my mental health. Back in 2017, I made this YouTube channel. It was originally called Unique Souls. Then I changed it to Silent Soul. Eventually I changed it to the name that it has now, Eveleen Pahau, which is my name. The reason I made this YouTube channel was because for the first 16 to 17 years of my life, I felt so alone. I had been experiencing, very specific symptoms of a mental illness that I thought I was the only person in the world that experienced. And then all of a sudden, I find that there is a whole community of people who also experience very similar symptoms, almost exactly the same as me. And I can't describe in words how relieving it is to find people that experience what I'm experiencing. I thought there was something very, very wrong with me. I thought that I was literally an alien from another planet and I wasn't meant to be here. I genuinely thought that I accidentally ended up on Earth and I was not meant to be here. I genuinely thought that. And I'm not gonna lie, I still kind of feel like that, but I feel a lot more comfortable being on Earth with everyone else, or the other humans. Don't know if I'm actually human, but being on Earth, I felt more comfortable knowing that there were other people that experienced what I experienced. It was the most relieving thing. I had never before in my life had someone that I could talk to about what I was experiencing and them actually relating to me. I was so excited. I was over the moon. There are people like me. It was incredible. It made me so happy. All I wanted to do was share my experience with people. And the best way that I knew how to do that was to talk about it online, like everyone else was. First, I made a Tumblr account where I talked about my experience. However, it became difficult because I wanted to talk about it a lot and I had a lot to say, and I wasn't able to do that in a post on Tumblr. So what I did was I made this YouTube channel and I created videos because it was a lot easier to sit down and talk about my experience and talk about everything that I wanted to talk about, and then upload the video and link it on Tumblr because I had so much to talk about. I couldn't possibly sit there and write it in a Tumblr post. That wasn't gonna happen. After a few videos, I realized that I liked making videos a lot. I loved, planning out the video, editing the video, seeing the final product, making thumbnails. I actually enjoyed it. It was something that I genuinely enjoyed. So of course, I continued to do it. At the very start of the channel, I wasn't expecting anything from it, I wanted people to feel less alone, but I didn't expect many people to find my channel. It wasn't an expectation I had. However, over time, my channel grew. And then in 2020, I got my channel to a position where I was able to make money from the videos that I was creating. This was big, I'm now able to make money off of the thing that I actually enjoy doing. That's major. This was something that I was doing in my spare time because I like doing it, and now I can make money from it. Of course, I would continue to do it. I got more into it and I started putting a lot more effort into my videos. I started putting a lot more time, a lot more energy and thought into my videos, a lot more love. My channel grew, as it does when you make videos and you put a lot of effort into it. And then, you know, it's the middle of 2021. And this is where we get into why I had to take a lot of those videos that I put so much time and effort into down. I'm not going to go into very specific details of why I ended up in this position, but ultimately I ended up in an inpatient facility, a mental health inpatient facility. This was a traumatizing experience, as apparently most inpatient experiences are. At the start of when I was admitted to this place, I felt very, very hopeful. You know, I felt like I had been on the edge for a very, very long time, and that, you know, I was about to fall. Wasn't going to be anyone there that had the resources to help me in the way that I needed help. And when I ultimately did fall, you know, this place caught me. So I did have a lot of hope for this place. I felt like I could trust, you know, this place with the symptoms that I was experiencing, and that I could openly talk about my experience and what is happening with me. They seem to have a lot of resources that I could use to make my life and my symptoms easier to manage. And I was very excited about this opportunity to better my life and hopefully get back into a place where I was actually living my life and not surviving, you know. I told them about all of what was happening with me, all of my symptoms, and I regret that. What I think I regret the most is telling them about my social media account and my online presence. Basically, what happened was the psychiatrist that works there looked at my social media accounts and came to the conclusion that I was faking. She came to the conclusion that I'm faking because I put myself out on the internet and openly talk about my symptoms. She also said that I'm faking because the symptoms that I experience are far too rare for me to have them. This scared me because I was at a point where I could not see tomorrow. I could not see beyond what I was experiencing in the moment. I could not move forward. I needed help. I was at the worst place I have ever been in my life. And now the person that can help me, the person that can, you know, give me resources to overcome this, was accusing me of faking. I was terrified, okay? I genuinely thought that what I was going through was going to kill me, and I'm not gonna lie, that could have happened. You know, things could have gone differently and I could be dead right now. So basically what I did was I made all of my social media accounts private. I made most of my videos on YouTube private because I didn't want anyone to see them. Later on, I ended up making them unlisted, and then I uploaded most of the links onto my Patreon account. But I made my TikTok private. I took down a bunch of my TikToks. I, you know, made a public post saying, you know, that I was going to have to do this. My online presence was affecting my ability to get professional help for like severe symptoms. The fact that my online presence affected my ability to get professional help for my mental illness, oh my god, that's so bad. I was discharged from this place over 2 months ago, and I'm only just now re-uploading, you know, making the videos public again, because I am still now terrified that if I am to go back into that place where I was, like mentally, that I'm not going to be able to get the help that I need because I am online and I have social media accounts that I talk openly about my mental illness and my symptoms and stuff. I want to get better with all of my being. I can't live the way I'm living right now. I do need, support from mental health professionals. And I'm terrified that me doing what I love, making videos, is going to compromise my ability to get that help. Absolutely ridiculous. I should not be afraid to make videos online because I think I'm not going to get the help I need from a medical professional. However, after coming through this experience, I have realized a few things that I'm able to take with me further into the future. The reality of it is that I have symptoms that are controversial. Symptoms that I experience are 100% genuine, but they are controversial. A lot of psychiatrists that are practicing right now have very outdated views on the symptoms that I experience. That's something that I'm going to have to live with. It's extremely hard to get help for what I experience, the symptoms that I experience. That is another reality that I'm going to have to live with. I'm going to be accused of lying and faking by medical professionals because, once again, the things that they have been taught are outdated. The things that they believe are outdated. My online presence shouldn't affect my ability to get professional help. A medical professional should talk to me about my symptoms, not look at my social media account and decide on a diagnosis based on my social media account. A good psychiatrist will listen to me and what I have to say about my experience, not on the version of myself that I choose to put out on the internet. Because the reality is, how I choose to present myself online isn't who I am. I am genuine. Like, the version you see of me is genuine, but there is a lot more to me than I could possibly portray over the internet. Therefore, you're seeing an altered version of me because you don't get to see the whole picture of who I am. So there are a lot of things that you have to make up yourself. So who you see me as is not really who I am. And not to mention, the psychiatrist who accused me of faking didn't actually allow me to talk about the symptoms that she accused me of faking. Every time I brought up the symptoms and I wanted to talk to her properly about them, she dismissed it, like she didn't want to know about it. I contemplated for a very long time actually putting this out on the internet because I didn't want to get anyone in trouble. I didn't want to get in trouble myself, but I wanted to talk about it, and I'm sick of having to hide because I'm afraid of not getting help. So yeah, here I am. I'm so excited to be back on this channel, and I'm so excited that I'm going to be able to continue to create videos and be online and do the things that I like. I'm so excited. Anyway, bye.